label them with, I gotta choose another color. Sorry guys. Please label this as prime factors. And this should definitely be review from previous math classes. When I say previous math classes, I'm talking like as previous as like middle school. Maybe even before, I'm not really sure where you would have learned this. But before now. All right, so prime factors. First of all, we need to talk about what is a prime number. Raise your hand, please. Or go ahead, Danny.
What?
Oh, was it you?
No.
Sorry, Derek. Sorry, I just heard a voice. Thought it was you. Gosh, so sorry. Okay, Derek.
Isn't it like a number that? Well, I know what they are, so I get them.
You don't know how to describe what they are.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
Okay, so we need someone to describe what they are. Then I will ask for some examples. Okay? Go ahead.
They don't make time by itself at work.
Yes, a prime number is a number that is divisible by one and itself. And now I would like you guys to make a string of the first several prime numbers. What is, now, and by definition, the very, very first prime number is the number 2. So that's the first one. 2 is divisible by only 1 and 2 itself. That's what the word itself means. So 2 is a prime number. What's the next prime number? What is the next number that's
3.
divisible only by 1 in itself? Go ahead, Chelsea.
1 and 3.
It is 3. The number 3. All right, next number, Brandon B. Next prime number. 5. Only divisible by 1 and 5. The next prime number, Locke, what is it?
11.
No.
7.
Smaller than that.
7.
7. 7 is divisible by 1 in itself. A 3. Give me the next one. 11. Very good. 11 is the next one. Give me, let's do maybe 2 more. I need the next one. What's the next one in the string of numbers? Go ahead, Angel. 13. Very nice. And then the next number that is divisible by only 1 in itself is what, Anthony? 17. Yep, and I could go on. In fact, the prime numbers are infinite. We could list them and list them and list them for the rest of our lives, and we would still not have listed every prime number. Because as you guys know, numbers go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, so do prime numbers. Any kind of numbers go on forever and ever and ever. All right, so what I would like you guys to do today is write numbers with only prime factors. And there's a reason for this. This is a step in the right direction to the next thing that you guys need to know. So, let's do 24. 24 is not a prime number. So what I would like you to do is write it as a prime number, as prime numbers. So, and this is probably going to remind you of something when I do this. We're going to make a factor tree. Yes, I knew some people would say, oh, yeah. 24. Let's start, and you can break this down any way you want to, but you have to break it down with numbers that you know multiply to give you 24. What numbers multiply to give you 24?
8 and 3.
2 and 12, I heard. Is it? Now, do you have to use 2 and 12?
No.
No. All right, but now we're going to go to 12. By the way, 2 is prime. So I'm going to circle it. And as soon as you circle a number, you're done with it. 12. What multiplies to give you 12? 2 and 6. 2 is prime, I circle it. 6 is not, because there are numbers that will multiply to give you 6. What multiplies to give you 6?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. 2 and 3, 3 and 2. Either way is fine. 2 and 3 are both prime. soon as we get to all prime numbers, we're done. So 24 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 equals. What does that mean? What does 2 times 2 times 2 times 3? Yes. 2 times 2 times 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. And then we have a leftover 3, so we leave it as times 3. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Let's try another. We're going to try 2 more examples, and then I'm going to let you guys try some. All right. I need to insert. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing that? All right, let's do 125. Not sure why my pen just changed colors, but that's all right. 125. Help me out here. What number do you know divides into 125?
25 and 5.
5 and 25 will work. 5 and 25. 5 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. I'm done with it. But now I can break 25 down. 25 can be written as 5 and 5. Both of these 5s are prime also, which means 125 really means 5 times 5 times 5, which really means 5 to the 3rd power. All right, you ready for a big one?
Why not?
Let's do it. Let's do 1,024. Now, you guys all know that 1,024 is divisible by 2, right? It's even, it's divisible by 2. I highly encourage you to find a bigger number. Otherwise, it's just going to be a really long factor tree, which is fine. But if you want to shorten it up a little bit, you might want to try to find a bigger number than 2. So can someone find something bigger than 1,000, bigger than 2 that will divide into 1,024?
8.
Does 8 work? 8 does not work. What
Yeah,
else
it does.
will work?
It's 128 and
256.
256. Moses just said 256 works. Let's do that. What is 1,024 divided by 256? 4. All right? So in other words, 4 worked. He just made it sound good by saying 256. 4 works. So we could have went with 8. 8 probably would have been quicker. All right, but 4 is not prime, so I have to break that down. What multiplies to give me 4? 2 and 2. I circle the 2. I circle the 2. 256. Let's start working on that. And let's try a bigger number than 2. What about 4? Try dividing 4. What'd you say?
4 and 64.
4 and 64 will work. So I'm going to write this as 4 and 64. Neither of these are prime, so I'm going to go to the 4, and I'm going to write 4 as 2 and 2. I'm going to circle them. 64.
8 and
8 and 8. 8 times 8 gives me 64. Neither of them are prime. So I'm going to break the 8 down. 8 gives me 4 and 2. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. So I circle the 2. 4 is 2 and 2. Circle them, they're prime. 8. 2 and 4. And then this 4 is 2 and 2. Uh-oh. I circle it. I circle it. Wow. That's it. That's my factor tree. I can't break that down any further. We're not going to have any more branches on our tree. So what we need to do now is count up how many 2's do I have.
2 to the 10th power.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 10 2's. So how do I write 1,024?
2 to to the 10th.
to the
2
power.
to the 10th power. That's it. Can you handle this?
No, not at
Hope
all.
so.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Enjoy it.